Hey guys, welcome back. So today's workout is our strength workout. We're focusing on the lower body and we're going to use one piece of equipment, and that's the barbell. So we've had the rack out, we've had the barbell out, and we've simply chosen to go with a moderate weight, not a heavy weight, but something around the 50 to 60 kilo mark. 40 kilos, that's what you can manage. But I don't want us to go too much heavier than that because it's not about lifting heavy weight. We're just about trying to get through some volume, and we're going to repeat similar patterns to do with the back squat. So pretending that this is the barbell that we've got for us today. So our first movement, we're going to combine 4 of them into 4 little sets of 6. So 4 movements, 6 reps each, nice and slow, what we call at a nice tempo. And then we're going to go through it 4 times. I want you to rest as long as you need to, but I'm focusing on one key thing, and that is getting the range of motion done properly. So first one, we're going to take the bar's going to come under the back with the weight, and we're going to go into simple calf raises. So feet in a neutral position. All I simply want to do is control the raise and control the descend. I'm not trying to rock, I'm simply trying to raise the calf and back down. Now what I happen to do today, because I'm fine with that on my calves on the flat, so therefore to add a little bit of a challenge, I simply put a 15 kilo plate, which is probably about 1.5 to 2 inches, and I simply used that and I stood on the plate. Now, because the plate is not flat and it's round, obviously I had to then turn my heel and my toes in a little tiny bit, and it let me hit my calf from a slightly different perspective. It's more the outside of the calf. So again, nice and slow for 6. You're then going to go into your back squat. So with your back squat, I want you to be focusing on trying to get a low bar squat. I was trying to get the bar down here versus the bar sitting up here high on your traps, or for some of us, it's too high, it's on our neck. I want the bar to be back here. Now, in order to do that, you need to lean forward a little tiny bit, and you're going to need to basically pretend that bar is like this broom handle, and you're going to need to pull it in. I want you to go a little bit wider than your normal stance. Simply, again, I want to focus on feeling the outside of the feet driven down. I'm simply going to come down for my squats, and I'm going to come back up. Now, some of us, when we're doing body weight squats, we will tend to lean too far forward. But when you find when you've got the weight on, you're able to sit more chest upright, and you're able to have your back come down at a nice 45 degrees. We're coming down to the point where we're trying to avoid what we call the butt wink. So where your butt then tips underneath. So for some of us, it might be just about parallel. For some of us, it might be parallel. For some of us, because of the range in our hips, we're able to get a little bit deeper. I'm just focusing on whatever depth you can get to, but focus on trying to keep that chest up and driving out through the butt to the outside of my feet, so that way that my weight is through my heels. We're then going to go into lunges. We're just going to go into 6 alternating lunges. So again, barbells on the back, simply get your foot forward, step back for 1, 2, and then so on for 6. And then we're going to go into some static lunges. So with our reverse lunges, we're fine, we're stepping back and we're pushing off. For our static lunge, I want us to simply try to not rely upon one leg or the other. I want us to rise and fall using both legs. So my front quad, and I'm brought the ball of my foot off my back to get my 3 from my right, and then I'm going to go into 3 from my left. Those 4 exercises: calf raises, back squat, alternating lunges, and the static lunge. You can do them 4 times through at 6 reps. Take your time. It should take you about 15 minutes if we've got the right amount of weight on them. Going on to the final, let's say the next 15 minutes, I simply want you to cycle through 3 main movements. Similar ones to what we've just done, and also we're going to vary them slightly. You're going to take the barbell down to the floor, and you're going to go conventional deadlift. So conventional deadlift, so tap and go. Again, not fast, but just tap and go, nice, easy tempo for 12 reps. You're then going to go from a hang position, and you're going to bring the barbell up and down. You're going to get your clean, what you might call a power clean if it's heavy, or a muscle clean if it's too heavy. But you're going to get 3 reps of that. On the 3rd rep, I want you to then pop the bar above the head. You can either pop it into the rack and then re-rack, or pop it above the head, and then bring it back down into your back squat, and then you're going to go for 6 of your back squat. So just to recap, that second set, treat it like an AMRAP, as many times as you can get through until that buzzer at the 30-minute mark goes off. Again, I'm not flying through these, I'm taking my time. 12 of my deadlift, 3 of my hang clean. So again, so from the knees, not all the way to the floor, and onto my back, and then 6 of my squats like I did before on my back squat. That's today's workout. It's a bit about strength. It's not about going heavy. It's about picking a weight. So again, I chose 60 kilos. That's around about sort of, yeah, it's not half my body weight by stretch of imagination. It's probably more than that. It's probably about 60% of my body weight, maybe even 65, 70. And just go from there nice and easy. Just going through the movements just to build a little bit of strength and getting used to those positions. That's today's workout, guys. Enjoy. Now, at home, if you don't have barbell at home, you've got one of these guys. What you can do is you can take this, you can take the broom handle, you can put it on your back as if you've got the barbell. Now, as far as the weight's concerned, I've always talked about this $7 bag of sand. It's 20 kilos. You can take that and you can put it into a backpack, right? And then you've got your backpack that you can use as your weight. It is going to be a lot lighter than what you normally use in the gym. So if that's the case, then what I simply want you to do is I want you to double your reps. So your first round, those things, you might keep them at 6, go nice and slow in the tempo. As far as the calf raises, you can still do with the backpack on the front. Now to alternate that, to change it up, instead of doing the back squat in the last one, what I did for some of the rounds is I simply went into my front squat. So therefore, at home, my backpack, I can simply give the backpack what we call like that front hug, that bear hug, hands underneath, like I've got a big heavy dead ball, and I can use that to get my depth of my squats rather than having everything on my back. So your at-home workout can be done with a $7 bag of sand from Bunnings. It's 20 bucks. You can just have it the way it is. You can pack it up. You can put it some tape so that way it doesn't split. Or you can also just go and find an old backpack, any of the kids' old school backpacks, chuck it in the back, put it on your back, and there you go. You've got your at-home variation. In lieu of that, a heavy dead ball, heavy dumbbell also works fine. Sandbags, power bags, optional too. All right, guys, good luck.